As a child, there were few things more terrifying than stepping into a laser tag room and feeling as though you're the target of multiple people. In a digital age, viewers and users are simultaneously caught between a role of the fighter and that of the target. Social media sites are targeting readers by focusing on their new interest in reading list based articles over hard hitting news, causing viewers to become less likely to open up a newspaper. In 2010, surveys reported that 34% of people read news online. Fast forward to May of 2015, and that number has skyrocketed to a shocking 74% of people claiming to read all of their news from online websites. Between just 5 years, our society has switched from watching the news, reading magazines, and listening to the radio to scrolling through hashtags, browsing the trending topics, and skimming your daily skim. With our world now available at our fingertips, how does this convenience affect our ability to understand the news? As more articles appear to be targeting their audience through lists, many are beginning to worry about viewers' awareness of the world. According to the American Press Institute, the result of this narrowing may cause one to become a passive, uninterested viewer. A lack of interest can cause readers to redirect attention to social media platforms such as Twitter or Facebook. Although 85% of millennials say that keeping up to date with the news is important to them, only 45% actually follow hard news, according to the American Press Institute. This lack of interest in the news currently affecting our world can cause social media sites to reshape their, quote, pathways of news. The Pew Research Center cites Facebook as the most used website for news, allowing for 50% of users to have shared content. While this may allow for a greater circulation of news, it's not exactly the kind of news that may help to advance society or news you would find in a newspaper for that matter. Nearly 25,000 listicles or list posts are circulated through Facebook per month. The Huffington Post notes a few downfalls from listicles and how viewers can be suckered into just believing their truths. Lists are often written by, quote, experts who just tend to be people that are knowledgeable on a particular subject but lack title as anything other than part of a marketing team. Although the internet may feel like a laser of information targeting your online habits directly, Forbes offers some pieces of advice to avoid falling subject to listicles. First, stop skimming articles. Make it a point to read entire articles. However, if you're really finding it that difficult to fully read them, the website Make Use Of offers a suggestion of subscribing to the Daily Water Cooler or the Skim. These daily emails are a great way to keep you aware of worldly happenings. And since all news blurbs are taken from legitimate news sources, users are able to actually trust what they read. Second, make sure to critically inspect where your news is coming from. Use those critical reading skills learned during your time at university and find articles that can answer questions. List articles often avoid going deeper than just the surface level, which inhibits one from participating in conversations. Forbes suggests using Twitter and listicles as a guide tool to articles written by credible news sources, such as the New York Times, CNN, or the Washington Post. Finally, the Social Media Examiner offers the easiest suggestion of all: change your sharing habits. The more a user shares actual articles, the more likely your viewers are to inquire about the topic shared. Perhaps one of the biggest leads of ignorance among millennials is the lack of follow-up on a particular piece of content. Stay aware and keep your knowledge relevant. Combating a war on listicles seems nearly impossible, but it's actually relatively easy if a millennial refuses to succumb to such an ignorant form of news acquisition.